So Sarah, you're going to think of somebody that I don't know. Somebody that you know, it's either a friend or a relative of yours that there's no possible way that I could know in advance that you're going to think of them. Don't tell me who this person is. Could be a man, could be a woman, could be a boy, could be a girl. I guess that's it for humans. And then what you're going to do is you are going to write that person's name, print it actually, print that person's name very clear, very legible, right here, first and last, without letting me see it. Do you understand? Do you have that person's name in mind? Yeah? Okay, I'm turning away because obviously you're not very good at hiding things. Sarah, have you done that?
Yes.
You're finished with it? I want you to take that piece of paper that you've written on, and I want you to just fold it in half. Yeah? So I can turn around. Can I turn around now?
Yes.
It's folded in half? You've got it? Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. In fact, fold it in half again the other way, so it's like, yeah, that's perfect. All right, great. That's fantastic. Keith, may we borrow your lighter again?
I don't know.
You're not sure? All right, terrific. Good. All right, so Sarah, I want you to concentrate on the initials that you have written down there. You've written down the first and the last initials of the person that you're thinking of. Just their initials, yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
No, I wrote the whole name. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was distracted. It's my fault. It's my fault. Okay? We don't need that. Okay? No, it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're going to do it again. And this time you're going to write down just the person's initials. Do you understand? Okay.
Correct.
So we don't need that stuff. All that stuff's going to get burnt anyway. But on another piece of paper, draw a circle, and then just write their initials big and bold in the center, because I want everybody to be able to see their initials. Okay? And I'm not going to pay any attention to you. Now, back to you, Sarah. Oh, have you folded it up?
I folded it once.
Fold it again. Yeah, so it's completely hidden, right? Don't let me touch it, whatever you do. You now have the person's initials.
Correct.
Initials only,
Yes.
written in a circle
Yes.
on that piece of paper, so that you can visualize them very clearly in your mind, their initials. Now, what you're going to do, can I trust you with fire?
I guess so.
Okay, I'm going to hope that I can. What you're going to do is you are going to light the edges of that piece of paper on fire, and as it burns, you'll drop it onto the rest of that, so everything will burn together. Don't drop it too quickly or it'll go out. Don't wait too long or you'll go up.
Okay, so you're going to like every single corner and then drop it on top.
Well, you can light the edges and let it burn a little while. Everybody will love that. I'm going to turn away just in case anything peeks out, so that there's no way that I can see it. Do you understand?
I suppose.
Yeah, I'll be over here. Hello again. All right, and just let me know when it's burnt enough. Yeah, cool.
Sure.
I'm trying not to watch. Have you done it yet? I hear lots of flicking and no actual. I want everything burnt to ashes, to cinders, but don't catch yourself on fire.
Oh, okay.
Are you doing it? Have you done it? Yeah? Is it burning?
Yes.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, if I were to turn around now, would I be able to see those initials?
No.
No? Not from anywhere? Is it still burning though?
Yes.
Well, there's a chance then that it could burn in such a way that I might see them. So I'm not going to turn around until you're satisfied that there's no way that I'm going to see those initials. Okay? So is it still burning?
Yes.
Yes, good. Oh, good. It's good. Let it all burn. Now, important thing though, Sarah, is as it's burning, I want you to think about this, the person's initials.
Okay.
Okay? I want you to imagine them in that circle. In fact, to help me, just think about the person right now. Is this an older person?
Not much older.
Than what? Not much older than what?
Not much older than 30.
Okay, not much older than 30.
Yes.
So it's not a child is what I was trying to say.
No,
Okay,
not a
good.
child.
Right. So and this person is, well, they seem to be, okay, perhaps of British or Irish descent. Do you know anything about their lineage?
Not particularly.
I'm seeing a person whose family, I believe, comes from England. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm getting something confused. But I see. Well, I don't want to tell you exactly what it is. But It's a man, yes?
No.
I'm seeing someone doing something like rolling some dough. Maybe I'm actually seeing further back in their lineage. You know, not this. So it's a woman. Here, can I turn around now?
Yeah.
Is it all ashes?
No, it's not all ashes.
But I can't see the initials.
You shouldn't be able to.
Here, give me some of these the ashes if I can get them. Here, get rid of these pieces. Get those pieces out of there. Don't let me see the pieces. Whatever you do, and I just need these ashes. Seeing an E and a B. An E
That was on the paper that got ripped up.
and a B.
I
Those.
didn't put it on the second piece of paper.
Oh, you changed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. But that was burning in with the other one.
Yes.
Yes? This must be who I was getting the impression of. The E and the B, is this an older person?
Not much older than,
Not much older than what?
than me,
Oh,
21.
so not a child.
No, not a child.
A man. And I was seeing this man rolling dough, rolling out. It's not what he does, is it? No. It's his last name. It's his last name. It's his last name. His last name starts with a B. Baker. Is that correct? Yes? Yes?
Yeah.
Now, that might just be a lucky guess. Would you be impressed if I could guess his first name?
Yes.
There's lots of names for guys that start with E. I have friends, and I have a friend named Eugene, another friend named Elliot. It's neither of those. Think of how many letters are in his first name. Just,
Okay.
you did it? Oh, that's 4. Yes? Am I right? Oh, perfect. Okay? We know the first one's an E. So picture it here, and think of the second letter. I saw the way that your eyes shifted all the way over there, like at the end of the alphabet. Is that a Z? Is a Z all the way to the end of the alphabet? E, Z. I'm not even sure I know a name with 4 letters. Think about the third letter right here. Now you're closing up. The last letter. The last letter. Picture just that last letter, as big as possible right here. As big as possible. An A. Yes, I saw it. You looked at the point. An A. Yes. E, Z, A, as. Oh, Ezra. Is it Ezra? Is it Ezra? That's the only name that I know that could possibly be. Yes? Mm-hmm. Thank you. So this is the ashes on the arm trick, which you're probably already familiar with it, but stick with me because I've got a few details that I think you're going to find are interesting. Now, if you're not familiar with this, I'm kind of surprised due to its popularity from being featured on television multiple times, and the fact that this trick is a perennial favorite. People are constantly rediscovering and reinventing this trick, so it's a good idea for you to have a version of it that you like to perform. Now, what I'm doing is pretty straightforward, okay? So I'm asking somebody to write down the name of someone that I couldn't possibly know, somebody from their past or something like that, on this piece of paper. And what I do when I say that is I draw a circle right in the middle, and I say, just write the name down, big and bold, first and last. Now, when I tell them the instructions, I mention name once, and then I say, legible, so that if we have to look at it, everybody will be able to read it, big and bold, first and last. And it's important to give those instructions, because what they're going to do is they're going to write down the name. So let's just say that they wrote down John Smith, okay, like that. They're going to write it down in the center. And then you say to them, just tear off that piece of paper, fold it in half so that the writing's on the inside, and fold it in half again, and they do all of that work for you. Now, this is a Post-it notepad. You could use any small piece of paper, a business card, or whatever you want to use. But I'm going to be doing a center tear. Center tear is something that you have to have a justification for it. At least in my work, I like to justify why I'm going to touch this piece of paper and why I'm going to tear this piece of paper. Now, I know some guys will just do it, and they don't justify it at all, and it still works. But honestly, if you've got a reason to touch it, to take the paper, and to tear it, it makes more sense. And in this case, it makes great sense. The person is holding on to that piece of paper. I haven't touched it at all yet, and I say to them, all right, so you've written down the initials of this person. Their first initial and their last initial, yes? Just the initials. And then they say, no, I wrote down, and you say, well, that's okay. Just keep that person in your mind. Don't change the person that's in your mind, but I just want you to write their initials down, so we won't use this. So you take the piece of paper from them, you say, we won't use this, and now you tear it up without looking at it at all. What I'm going to do is a delayed read center tear, and it's the easiest center tear in the world. All you have to do is know where the folded corner, the center of the paper is. Now, in this case, it's easy to see because it's the only place that there's any writing, that there's any marks on it at all. But if you use something that's a little thicker than this, you just have to see where the four corners are, and you use the diagonally opposite corner. You place your right thumb onto that corner like this, and then you tear straight down, like that. Then you place the left hand's paper in front, and you turn clockwise a quarter of a turn, and you tear straight down. You place the left hand's paper in front, and then your right thumb slides that section back into your right hand. That is the center section where that corner's folded. So as the left hand's paper comes in front, your right thumb slides that section back here, like this, and then using your right hand with that piece of paper still clipped there, that's the middle of that piece of paper, you just place it down onto the plate, or whatever you're going to be using, ashtray or plate, and you say, don't worry about that, we're going to burn that with everything else. And then you pick something up because you're palming this little piece of paper. You pick something up and you say, no, I just wanted you to write down their initials right here, just big initials, okay? Now, as that person is writing, you're going to turn, and with your back to them, you open up that piece of paper, you read what it says, you remember what it says, you reach into your pocket, and you get lip balm. That's right. Whatever your favorite lip balm is. And you do exactly what I just did. You reach into your pocket, and you put some onto your lips, so that if anybody is watching you, they don't think that there's anything suspicious about it. Then you push up both of your sleeves, you turn your left arm so that the forearm is up, and using the lip balm, you write the initials of the person's name that you just read. So I just read John Smith, so you just write a J and an S. And take your time with that. Your back is turned, it looks like you're doing this, pushing up your sleeves, and then capping and putting that away. You now turn and face them. They have a piece of paper. This piece of paper has some initials on it. And you say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you release that into the air and think about that person. You give them a lighter. They light this on fire. And then you say, let it burn a little bit, and then you can add it down with the other pieces there so that everything burns. And you let all of that burn without paying any attention to it at all as you start talking to them. Now, I already know the person's name entirely, and I have their initials here on my arm, but you can't see them because they're written in the lip balm. So that just burns, and if you need to help it burn a little bit, you can help it. You can light more fire on it, but you just need a little bit of ash to be able to wipe it on your arm. So you want to make sure that there's enough of it that you can spread it around. Okay? But the whole time that that's burning, you can start talking to them about the person that they're thinking of without paying any attention to that. You can say, I just want you to imagine this person, whether it's a man or a woman, a boy, a girl, somebody from, and then using a little bit of cold reading, you can start to figure out. You have some information. You typically know from the name whether it's a man or a woman. You don't know whether it was an adult or a child or something like that, but you say, I'm starting to get the idea that you're thinking about you're thinking about a man, right? Now, if they start to say, you say, well, he'd be a man now, but he was a boy when you knew him, right? And then yes, that kind of stuff. So you know the gender of the person that you're going for. And then you say, I just want you to visualize just the first initial of this person. And just think about that. Just think about the first initial. Now, as the ashes burn out here, you're going to tamp out any of the embers and pick up some of the ash and sprinkle it on your arm approximately where you wrote. And then gently, very gently, don't press, just gently, you rub the ashes back and forth like this. Very gently. And those initials will start to appear because the ash will only stick where you've written. And then you can say, I'm seeing a letter J. Think about the last initial. I'm seeing a letter S, JS. Does that make sense to you? And they'll say yes. And you'll say, you're thinking of someone whose first name starts with J and the last name starts with an S. I'm getting that the last name's kind of a short name and it's a common name, Smith, right? Are you thinking of John Smith? So not only will you get the initials appearing on your arm, you'll be able to reveal the person's name entirely, even though what the audience will remember is that they only wrote down the initials of the person. As a matter of fact, if you do the setup with them, where you have them write down the person's name and then you tear it up, and then, let's say you're at a party, you do that, then you say, well, just write down the initials, but let's get a bunch of people over here to watch what's going to happen, because something weird's going to happen. If you get the audience's attention after you've done the dirty work, so to speak, then when you do the revelation and they think you're only getting the person's initials, it's extra amazing that you get the name as well. So there's a little bit of in-show, pre-show work that you can decide how you want to use it. Now, obviously, this is a really easy concept. You can use this for anything. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite ways to use the ashes on the arm is to just overhear someone's name. That's all you have to do. If you're at a party, social gathering, out at a bar, whatever, and you hear someone say someone's name and you don't know that person, you just take out your lip balm and you write that name on your arm, and now you're ready to go. You can go over, introduce yourself, want to see something weird. We've never met before. Just do me a favor, don't tell me your name. But here, just write it down on this piece of paper and then burn it in that ashtray. And they burn it, and then you rub it on your arm, and their name appears on your arm. It's a weird way to introduce yourself. But, that's what we do as magicians. It's kind of fun. So there you go. Have fun with that.